Gonna learn about installing the Selenium. So basically, we need to subscribe this, and we need a tool to use that. We are gonna use this tool called Selenium, and this is kind of different because this is actually a browser automation tool. There are more, let's say scraping tools that we could use, and I'm using Python. So there is this one called Beautiful Soap, and no, this one, yeah. So beautiful soap, and this is like an actual classic like web scraping tool. There's another one just like that, but a little bit more advanced. You get more capabilities. This is called Scrapey, so it's kind of in the name, it scrapes. So these are the main tools you use, but the reason we're using Selenium is because of how this specific Airbnb website works. You gotta pick the right tool for the job. So if you have, let me show you here. So for example, this website right here is just a list of codes. And if you go, no, I don't want to inspect it. I want to go to source. So if you go to the page source, this is the actual page HTML, right? So you can see the classes I have, you can see the different tags, you can see like an actual codes. So if you have something like this, where when you request a resource, you actually get the HTML code, then you should use, either Scrappy or a beautiful soap. But our problem is because of this, how Airbnb website is implemented. You see here, we don't have that actual HTML code, right? We don't have that. It's just you can't keep going forever. You are never gonna see the HTML code itself. This is a problem if you're using scribing tools, but it is and it is the right tool would be Selenium. And the idea behind Selenium is it acts like an actual person is using the browser to access a resource. So that means you will see it, but it would actually open up the browser and it would visit the web page. So it's just like a person is using it. You're gonna see everything we're seeing right now, and that is kind of good and bad. It is good because we get to do pretty much what a human being can do, but it's bad because it's very slow, right? Because you have to wait until it loads. You have to like click buttons. It is super slow, but for our purposes, it works. So we're gonna use this. So let's get started. So you can let's just say Selenium, can say installation, and you get it started. And it is we're going to be using Python. You can use for any language you want to choose, but I am using Python, so I would basically just install it like I would install any other package. Let's go to the right tool here. Boom. And I will be using VS Code. Let's just create main.python, and then kind of open up here. I need to pick, so I pick Anaconda. Yeah, that works. I could pick this one too. It doesn't really make a difference. But you need to select, an interpreter to use. So I just going to close that, open it back up, and then okay, I need to select this. Just you gotta print out hello world. Just make sure everything works here. Cool. So that'd be Python. Python main file. Great, it works. Cool. So now we need to install it. I already have the requirements, so already satisfied. I don't need to install it again. Yeah, but awesome. We have access to that. Great. So that's the first thing you do. Something else we need to do is, since it is going to be opening an actual browser, to kind of act like a person, you need to select which browser you're going to be using. I'm going to be using Chrome. So it means whatever browser you're using, you need a driver. So I need to get, Selenium C drivers. I need like a Chrome driver specifically. So here is, Chrome drivers. If you're using Firefox or whatever, Edge, you can Google that. My browser, you need the version of Chrome. I have this one. I need an update. So I have this, 112.49. So let's go here. Where is it? Here. So 112. Yep, this is one. And now you can install. I'm using Mac ARM 64. So I can install this. And now we're going to do is, I'm gonna go to my downloads folder, it's probably there. Yep, double click it, go to Chrome. So this is, I'm just gonna put next to the file. So you can give it specific, locations, but I'm just gonna put next to there. So let's get started. So I'm gonna just say Selenium. From Selenium, I want to import WebDriver. Want to import WebDriver. Great. And now you can just say, can WebDriver. I'm using Chrome, so that would basically be Chrome. And then let's just say driver.get. And get is basically like the website you want to visit. So I want to visit the homepage of Airbnb. So I'm gonna pass here. And here it is, usually you would create like something like a surface. So if you go here, you can go to, install drivers, blah, blah, blah. But you can do a lot of things with it. But, if you want to give a specific location, then you make a surface, pass a path to the surface and then add that surface to Chrome. But since I have like right next to it, I don't need to do that. And let me actually just run this. See? Nope, I want to read Python. I want to run the main file. So let's just run this, see what we got. It opens and then it's gonna close like real fast. Okay, cool. So you see, that's what I was talking about when I was saying, yeah, it opens. So let me actually just import. You kind of need to wait because it closes, as soon as you're done. So I'm just gonna sleep, little while, 10 seconds. So let's run this. And this sleep is just Python. So that's not specific. So cool. So you see how here it says Chrome is being controlled by automated test software, right? So basically it's used for testing, but it can get the job done. So basically you see how the browser right now, there's nothing. Let's just pass. Let's make that super long. And this is what I was talking about, because it actually it takes forever. Like the first time you visit the website, there is nothing, and then the browser is sending requests just to fill all the stuff. So you see how it's like slow, and it's just waiting. And now like there's a lot of waiting around with testing. Now we get the data. You see that there is a huge delay, and that's why we need to use this tool versus the other ones, because the first time the web page is displayed, there is basically nothing that you can do that. And obviously Airbnb makes it like super hard to scrape their website. So we can close this, stop that. Yeah, that's it. So next video, we're gonna be getting more into actual work. So see you in the next one.